Live. Today is very, very special. What I've put together is how to really have a high performance content strategy and the attributes that you need to include in your content to satisfy this expectation. Well, basically, I've been posting for 3 years straight every day and doing LinkedIn Lives every day for about 4 months. And I've come up with what really um, supports people's attraction to your content, which ultimately attracts them to you. And if you can use LinkedIn Live, which I've been doing, to communicate and project and ultimately amplify your message, you can really accelerate to the fast lane and start seeing results that have been eluding you. So really, what's the keys? Well, first thing is authenticity. You got to be yourself. Everybody else has been taken. So, there's no reason trying to be who you aren't because it's not sustainable. And LinkedIn is a long-term game. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, but more importantly, a lot of adaptability. By being authentic, you never have to have a long memory. Just keep doing what you want, the way you want, that really relates to who you are. Because ultimately, LinkedIn is all about building trusted relationships. And you can't have a trusted relationship if you're using an alias. So let's really focus on authenticity. Next element is thought leadership. Everybody has so much experience. Everybody's got so much insight and vision. How do you encapsulate that and share that on LinkedIn to really bring great value to others, but more importantly, or as importantly, recognition and honor and appreciation for what you do and how you think? Vision, that's number 3. When you look out, what do you see? If you see something that a lot of people don't see, or see things in a way that people really need to take a look at, because LinkedIn is all about nuances and facets. It's seeing a little, modification somewhere that really jumps your appreciation and recognition. Alignment, that's key. Whoever you connect with, make sure that they're aligned with you. One of the measures I use is if I wouldn't welcome a conversation right after connecting, I'm not connecting. If the relationship can't go any further than where it began, what's the point for either party? But if you're aligned, now you've got a foundation to build on and a relationship to communicate with, and then ultimately communications and conversations like Zoom meetings turn into collaborations. The other element is relevancy. And we talked about this a little bit, but stay to the subject, be honoring to yourself. When you project yourself and present yourself as a certain individual and professional, then stay true to it, because you don't want to confuse people. You don't want to go to LinkedIn with opaque content where people have to wonder. There's a thought that people online, especially on LinkedIn, don't want to think, don't want to work too hard, want everything as easy as possible because their time attention is very limited. Consistency. Don't do one thing and then switch to another thing the next day, kind of chase the shiny object. Be consistent. In the old days, and I'm proud to be old school because there's not that many like us. And things back then still apply a lot to things right now, along with what was never available, that is just really impressive when you compare the way things used to be, is really being consistent. And in the past, maybe 5 or 6 impressions would get you some top of mind awareness. Now it's like 25 or 30. How many posts have you ever done 25 times? There's 810 million people. How many people see your post? And then how many people actually do something with it? You're not even scratching the scratch. Give yourself a break, because this extends content and it allows people to see it. And not everybody sees all of it at the same time. So give them a break and give yourself a break. Now, what do? Educate. That's a key element. Education is so important because everybody's looking to do better. And to do better, you need to be better. And to be better, you need to learn and you need to collaborate with other thought leaders. And this is a great opportunity in your content to identify that. And the other thing is, when you're educating, you're building people up. I've always found in the past, the more sophisticated the individuals you're dealing with, the easier it is because you don't have to explain everything and they don't have to trust you for your explanation. The other element to include is inspiration. There's so many people on LinkedIn who are lost, afraid. They came here for a purpose, and a lot of them aren't doing very well. And hopefully this program, if you share it with them, might help. That's so vital, is to lift people up. Sometimes all it takes is another day before you flip the switch off. And where do you go from here? And what was so exciting about this that made you want to enter it in the first place? Aren't you further along than that? So really work on inspiration, build people up. They say people are like elevator buttons. Some take you up, some take you down. Be the ones going up. Entertainment. Again, I talked about LinkedIn being a long, lonely business. People need a break, a positive break. And especially with all the insulation and isolation that's taken place today and division, it's really nice to be able to laugh a little. And if you can have fun with LinkedIn, you can survive on LinkedIn and then ultimately succeed on LinkedIn. So it's really one day at a time. If you look at my 3 years, I posted 1,000 days straight. Well, what that means is every post is 1/10 of 1% of my total post. How important is that? Not very. And in conclusion, a takeaway that's important is if you create your content in order to satisfy what you believe you love to read, that's what you do, because you'll be successful at least with one person, you. And one more bonus tip. To put it all together, create a content calendar. Know what you're going to be doing before you do it, because you'll probably have a better chance of doing it if it's written down and committed to. And if you really want to get to the fast lane, go to Don Cohen Consulting. Check out some of my opportunities. I'd love to work with you. And next best thing is sharing is caring. If you know someone who could benefit from a video like this or my ongoing LinkedIn Lives I do every day, approximately around 9 a.m., give or take. And it's just working like unbelievable. And I was doing pretty good before. So anyways, not to brag, but to share and to service. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow.